Which came first, do you think? The best-selling book or the Lamborghini first? Today I'm talking about that guy who is from Hawaii and who had two dads. One is rich and another one is poor. You know about that book, right? Didn't he have always this status icon on or pre-booked while selling all his real estate courses? Of course he does. He basically built an empire by the definition of assets and a sophisticated investor into real estate. But you know why this question came into my mind? Because I recalled a memory where in a national television channel, he once bragged about his Lamborghini. Since these online gurus are making a very good living by selling courses, and these courses are nothing just to get rich by the traditional ways. And the only thing they want us to believe that whatever they are selling, it actually works. But you know, their do as I say, if doesn't match with their do as I do, then we are in trouble, my friend. Do you really think all these virtual gurus got rich faster but by selling the exact same thing which they are doing? Do they practice what they really preach? It not only ends here. These gurus sometimes update their courses and comes out with new books which start exactly with this kind of titles like Rebuild Your Wealth, Recommit, Start Over, like this kind of languages. Now, did you see there is a small shift in their language? If you properly notice that or observe that, you will clearly see the lies hidden behind this. If their strategy was working on the first time only, why they have to come up with this kind of title like Recommit, Rebuild or Start Over? Based on my common sense, I don't think this kind of words are absolutely necessary. Apart of the gurus, I had an uncle, a neighbor uncle, who used to stay in the next door of my parental house. You know the type, right? The uncle who is tremendously well educated and magically knows everything from quantum physics to dark matter, stock market tips and investment advices in between the sip of tea. I am very sure that you all having minimum one this kind of uncle around, but we all forget that still this uncle lives by paycheck to paycheck. I consider this kind of people to be a more talented entertainer than to be an investment advisor. I had a school friend's father who had fallen in trap, with this kind of gurus, and he invested almost 10 years of savings into the stock market by listening to him. And currently his portfolio is more than 50% down after the 2020 market crash. I personally have no respect for this kind of people who cause this kind of big financial disaster in people's life that it takes years and sometimes even decades to recover. In my opinion, if you don't want to fall for this kind of gurus, you just need to remember these two lines. One, their wealth comes from your belief. Two, observe where they're putting their energies into. Are they putting a lot of effort to sell the courses or convince you to buy their course? Or they're focusing more into the market to make good money? Based on my long personal experience, I would like to give you a complete solution about how you can save yourself from these fake gurus. I'm mentioning them into some bullet points. Number one, remember, successful people always surround themselves with quality, credible peers. If you see their collaborators or their friends are questionable people, then it's already a red flag. Number two, if their free content doesn't provide any actionable tips, but just teasing you constantly to buy their course, I can guarantee you their paid content will reflect the same. Number three, most importantly, read about their reviews on Reddit, YouTube or Google. Nowadays that reviews can be bought. It happens everywhere in the matter of Google minimum. So what I want you is to focus on the negative reviews and only read those reviews where people actually express their bitter experiences regarding the courses. Number four, try to figure out their credibility by Googling. Try to figure out their background, their qualification and their track record. Number five, focus to figure out from where their primary source of income is coming. Like, just make a rough estimate, like their primary source of income is coming by selling the courses to you people, or it is coming from the market investments. Number six, avoid impulsive buying. You know how these gurus create emotional hype. Like, if you don't purchase this course within next 30 minutes, you will lose the opportunity to get 97% discount. Don't fall for this kind of traps. Wait a week, calm down your nervous system, research properly, and then take a mindful decision. Today's video is a continuation of my last video where I will be giving you actionable steps which you can apply into the real world and see some result. Some people requested me to give all the solutions, but I would like to tell you that if I give you all the solution at a time, it will be a very long, lengthy video. It will take a lot of time, energy out of me, and most probably you will lose interest to see such a long video. So it is better to revisit the channel every week, or you can see my old videos and take actionable step and apply into the real world, and you get already results. Now, due to the wage war in corporate culture, many of your friends or your co-workers or maybe you for an educational upgrade to increase your intrinsic value. If you don't know what intrinsic value in job I'm talking about, you can go for the video which is mentioned above, and also you will find the same video in the pinned comment. In India, MBAs cost is around 5 to 20 lakhs and the duration is usually 2 to 3 years. It depends you are doing it with the job, part-time or without the job. What I observed that one of my school friend's brother who recently completed his MBA got a salary increment up to 35%, which is more or less same with the average percentage of salary increment all over the India. If you see the same thing in the perspective of yearly package increase, the amount is usually between 2 lakhs to 8 lakhs. So based on the package which you receive, that means if you get a really high package after completing your MBA, you usually take 1 year to 1.5 year to return your money to the bank. Or for the rest of the people, it usually takes 10 to 15 years with a higher form of interest and usually a comfortable payment cycle. So if someone getting under a pile of debt or being forced to do job for the rest of his life, do you think this kind of educational upgrade is a good educational upgrade? Statistics shows that people between the age of 18 to 24 usually spend 30% of their salary in debt repayment. According to me, debt which traps you into a job is not a good debt. Post MBA, we are still trading our time with higher intrinsic value. But still, we cannot leverage our time because our day is bound with 24 hours. We have no control over your salary. We cannot ask our manager to increase our salary 35% more into the next year. At the end, it comes down to the same conclusion. Control is either very weak or almost absent. Post MBA, people believes when they will get older, they will have such a high salary. But in reality, it doesn't go that high. Of course, it initially gives a significant boost in your salary, but the future doesn't look as bright as we think of. See, honestly, I'm not against MBA, nor I am demotivating you to pursue an MBA. I'm just saying that financial awareness is much more than a degree. There is one instance I want to share with you. I had a friend who was very good in studies and he climbed the corporate ladder very fast. But after his own startup failed, it was very hard for him to get back into the job. You know why? Because he was overqualified. See, unfortunately, for most of us, our skills will be replaced with AI agents within next 5 years. Because one AI agent can work equals to 50 people's of work in a single day. Even when I started my financial education, I started with various mathematical formulas or equations like lease or buy or return on investments, etc. But I understood when my skills are too narrow or they are too specific, my chances to monetize them or to use them is also very limited. I have already came out from this bad habit of overspending for this lifestyle illusion where you basically maintain your status, maintain your ego. Now I don't want to fall for this kind of educational trap again in my life because debt fails to free time and steals freedom. My solutions to the educational debts are following. Number 1, calculate your future salary increase and loan repayment into the account. Look for a comfortable loan repayment amount and the tenure of the loan is best when it is short. Number 2, look for scholarships to reduce the loan burden. Number 3, and trust me on this, always go for part-time educational system because in this way your earnings will not stop and you will feel much safer financially. If only your family is financially supportive, then you can go for a full-time degree. Number 4, build your educational upgrade through smaller courses, affordable courses, certificates, online specializations. Only in that way, it will provide you immediate employable skills without a big debt. Number 5, which is very important, first you confirm with yourself that you actually love the work. You're actually going to enjoy the work. Don't go for a degree, just a pay raise or a mere status update. Number 6, if possible, if you can establish a second source of income, it will significantly reduce your debt. Please like the video if you just even had for once this kind of feeling where I helped you to connect the dot. And please subscribe to the channel and help me to build a community of people who are serious about their personal finance and who want to change their financial future for real. Share the video with your friends and family, even if you got a single value out of it. Please tap on into the bell icon. Arijit here from Bangalore signing out. See you in the next video.